Hey everyone, and welcome on back to BK Reviews, where today, as promised, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a DIY Ninja 2.0. If you want to see the original, click right up there, but without further ado, let's get right on into it. In my previous video, I made an all-black costume with a sword, some shurikens, and some nunchucks, but today I'm going to be making a gray and black costume to introduce some different textures and colors in there to make it more interesting, and we're just going to be making the sword and some shurikens. Later down the road, I'll be making different ninja costumes, and with those videos, I'll introduce some new weapons. For the sword, we're just going to take some bigger pieces of cardboard. Here I'm using a Lego box, but whatever works for you will do the trick. Then we have some duct tape. I have brown for the handle, and some metallic duct tape for the actual blade. If you want to spray paint your blade, you can, but assuming that you're last minute, the duct tape is the way to go. Then we're going to use some simple black electrical tape, and then some scissors, a pencil, and a Sharpie should do the trick. It's possible to make the sword without this, but if you want to do it exactly how I do it, I'm going to use some 5mm foam, and just one sheet of this should do the trick. To start, we're going to want to be seeing the tan side of the cardboard. Thankfully, this Lego box includes some long, thin sides that we're going to be using to our advantage. So I'm going to cut out this one and also cut out the other one. Okay, so now that we have these longer sections, and obviously if you don't have a Lego box, you could just cut out some long lengths of cardboard, but we're going to cut off these little tabs and hopefully incorporate that into our shuriken design. For my sword, I think I'll go with a width of 1¼ inches. You could do whatever you want, but this is just what I'm planning, and I'm going to make a mark and then cut off all the excess so that the width is all just 1¼ inches. So here's one side. We're going to do the exact same thing with this part too. So now that we have these two parts cut out, you could either decide to keep on cutting out different sections of this, so that you could layer up the sword to make it thicker, but I just had the idea of using 5mm craft foam, and then hopefully cutting out the same design, and then we could put these foam bits on the outside to make it so while you're playing with the sword you don't accidentally hurt anyone. Sadly, the foam is not quite long enough to reach the entire length of the cardboard piece, but I'm going to use that to my advantage and have this part be covered in foam and the rest be put into the handle to make it more stable. Okay, so now we have 4 different sections, 2 of them cardboard, 2 of them foam, or if you want to stick with all cardboard, you could just have probably 6 of those sections. And now we are going to try and put them all together. So my plan is to take the 2 cardboard pieces, line them up together, and put the foam on the outside. Now, just in case this isn't sturdy enough, you could always put some more support foam in there to make it so that it doesn't bend in half as much, but I think that this should do the trick with both foam and cardboard, and obviously if you have 6 pieces of cardboard you should be fine too. So as you just saw, I put the 2 pieces of cardboard in the middle and then the 2 pieces of foam on the outside. If you're using cardboard all the way through, that would mean 2 pieces of cardboard in the middle, 2 pieces of cardboard on one side, and 2 pieces of cardboard on the other side. Now, down on the handle end, I just put the electrical tape right near the end because that's going to be fine. But here I put the electrical tape down a bit on the foam part because I do want to cut that little angled bit that most swords have. Okay, so now that the blade is done, we're going to make that little guard piece, which should just be a rectangle with a slit. I'll show you how I do mine, and you could just copy what I do. I know that was pretty hard to tell what I did, but basically what I did was made a rectangle that was 2 inches in width and 3 inches in height, and then I just drew a line down the center. Now I'm going to measure out how big I'll need the little slit to be to have this cardboard part slit through, and then I'm going to measure that in Sharpie so I know to cut it out later. Okay, so obviously as you saw, I realized that the electrical tape was a much better solution, and on this side it kinda worked, but thankfully we won't see it that much. So now we are just going to take the sword and insert it into our little guard right here. So as far as the handle goes, I think I'm just going to use these side pieces of the Lego box and then make them both the 1 1/4 inches width, and then I'm going to put one here, and probably just test how long I want the actual handle. So this will vary for all of you, but then I think I'm going to use that 5mm foam again just for the outside. Okay guys, so now is the actual taping stage. I'm going to tape all of this with that metallic silver, and I'm going to tape all of this first with brown duct tape, and then I'm going to make a pattern with the electrical duct tape. Now, you could do this really any way you want because it's your sword, so any colors you want, any designs you want, have fun. Okay guys, for the shuriken, we're just going to finish up or use part of this foam that we used for the sword. And I'm just going to look at some reference images and draw out the shurikens. So here we go. This is my finished shuriken. It's not the most creative of things. You could obviously add those curves in there if you want to and really just mess with the designs because there are hundreds of different shuriken designs. So now that we have our weapons, we need to figure out the costume. So I'm going to show you every part you'll need and how to assemble it so that you'll look like a ninja. Alright guys, so now we have the ninja sword completed and the shuriken slash shurikens depending on how many you made. So now let's actually get to the outfit. First, you're going to need a long sleeve black shirt. Now I only had one of these and I'm going to use that later, but this is kind of a hoodie slash shirt combo. It'll do the trick just fine for me. Then you will actually need a black long sleeve shirt. It can be short sleeve, but this one will definitely need to be just a plain shirt that doesn't have any of the Henley style buttons there. Next up, you're going to need some black sweatpants, some gray sweatpants, two of these like black boxing wraps, and you could use fingerless gloves like these too, but I think that the wraps will look more oriental and give a better ninja feel. And then finally, one of these belts where it has like the two loops and then the length of this. And now I'm choosing gray because it'll go nicely with the gray sweatpants, but obviously you could do whatever color you want, and you could just use regular belt, you could use shoestring, anything works. Okay guys, so I've already put on some of the stuff. I have the black sweatpants on, and if you're going trick-or-treating with this as a Halloween costume, obviously wear some black tennis shoes or any kind of dark shoes to go with it when you're outside. Then I have the black hoodie slash shirt thing. Obviously a long sleeve shirt will do this exact same thing even better because you won't have that Henley detail. And then I have put on the wraps as well. Now I put these on off camera just to save you guys time so that you don't have to see me putting them on. And a little annoying factor is that you can see the logo. You could either cover that up with tape, fabric, or just tuck that part underneath the wraps, but it is a little bit annoying when you're trying to be a ninja. So, we're going to take our black long sleeve shirt or black t-shirt, depending on which route you decided to go with, and make sure that the tag end is facing up when your arms are in it. So, you're going to fit this around your arms like that, and you are actually going to put your face into the neck hole. So it sounds kind of weird, but you'll see why. So, put the shirt on, and then boom. You can see out of here. And what I recommend doing first is taking the sleeves, bringing them around, and then tying them up in the back. Now with a t-shirt, there will be less length to these, but I wanted to mix it up since my last one, so I'm going with a long sleeve shirt. Move any hair out of the way, just that's not in your ninja face. And then to finish off the hood, we're going to put our fingertips right here and thumbs back here. So while you're pulling this out, push with your thumbs the inside of that fabric up and around your nose. So you could just kind of watch me and try to do it on your own too. So fingertips here, thumbs there, and then you bring it around. So this will take some adjusting to make it perfect. But right there, you have a pretty good ninja mask with just a shirt. Okay guys, so obviously that will need some minor adjustments, and sorry for the audio, I'm having to speak through a shirt right now. But it does do a pretty good trick of being a ninja hood. Now to finish off the costume, we're going to take our gray sweatpants and put the tie end like facing you. And then we're actually going to put this over our heads. And then have the pant legs act as like some of the gi robes, I guess. So it doesn't look as good from the back, but it does the trick well enough in the front. So take these obviously, put them behind you. And then from right here, we're going to take our belt and then tie around the front. So this will make it look more traditional and, you know, keep the sweatpants actually on your person. And then after we tie the belt, or not really tie, but loop it, make sure that your robes look nice. And then take this, feed it through the other end. So, that is your completed ninja costume. And there you guys have it. That is how to make a last-minute DIY ninja. So in this tutorial, we taught you how to make a shuriken, or several different kinds depending on what design you took, and an oriental sword complete with the hand wrapping and the shiny blade. Now obviously this is a bit thick, but we have foam in there to keep it safe for kids to play with, and there's a little bit of looseness right there, but right here it is very, very sturdy. So this should make a really quick last-minute easy ninja costume, complete with some of the robing just done by a pair of sweatpants and an entire hood just by a shirt. So if you feel like I deserve it, please do leave a like, because that always, always helps. Check out the channel to see more cosplay videos and LEGO videos. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.